Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. So, how are you, everyone? Are you fine over there?
I am fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, same here. We are also fine. And just taking the online classes from home. You are also at your home, so I hope that you are, safe and you are receiving, you are getting your regular online classes. Okay, so before I'm going to start today's class, let's see how many people are already joined the class. There are 19 students, okay? Means all together they are 19. So we have to wait for few students, maybe at least 20. If there are 20 students, then we can start the class. And as you know that in the previous class, we have already learned the theoretical chapter, and that theoretical chapter is computer network or computer networking. And this chapter is little bit lengthy chapter. It means that there are so many technical terms, there are so many new definitions in your book, but I have categorized or I have summarized this chapter in very short. Whatever things are important, whatever things are necessary according to your course, I have mentioned all those things only, not all the contents of that particular chapter, but the contents which are included in my PowerPoint presentation, they are very important and in very simple English language, and it is useful for class 8 also. This chapter will carry on. You have to carry on the depth of the chapter, or you have to carry on the same chapter in class 8 also. And when you go to the class 9 also, you will get some glimpse of some definitions of some technical terms from this chapter also. But in the class 10, you will get a separate chapter or individual chapter as a computer network. So this chapter is very important, and it will remain with you in class 8 also, class 9 also, and in class 10 also. So in class 7, we have to get some idea about the computer network, some technical terms, definitions like that. And because in 21st century, all computers, or you can say maximum computers, they are connected with the computer network in the form of internet. So the practical example you are using daily. What is computer network? If you are not going to explain the definition, but you are familiar, directly or indirectly, you are in touch with the computer network because you are using internet, or internet is a huge or a massive computer network by which all the computers of the world along the globe or around the world, they are connected. So if you are using internet, it means you are connected with the computer network. So let's begin today's class. And first of all, we have to revise little bit point of the previous class. So for that, I'm going to share my screen, and I have to share my screen. So you can see that in the screen you will get the computer network. We have already discussed about the definition of the computer network in the previous class. So for the revision purpose, I'm going to tell you in one sentence that a computer network is an interconnection. You can see that there is written interconnection. A computer network is an interconnection of several computers to share the resources and exchange the information among them. For example, such as the computer network of a bank or a school or a particular organization. So in the next slide, we have already discussed about the advantages of the computer network. So according to advantage, it is faster, reliable, easier. It is used to share the hardware and software. It allows to use the internet, by which you can access the resources, or you can access the software and hardware for the remote computers. And if you are talking the other, that is cheapest means of communication, that is also advantage. And the last advantage is it is the fastest means of communication. In the next slide, we already discussed about the disadvantages. According to the disadvantages, the first is the technical manpower is needed, or the technical skilled persons can use the computer network properly, and we have to know the little bit knowledge of the computer and its technical terms to set up and run the computer network. Second disadvantage is that computer network faults can cause loss of data and resources. If your computer network is failed or your computer network got some kind of problems, then you may lose your data and resources. The next disadvantage is computer network becomes unusable if the networks are badly managed. It means that if your computer network is not managed properly by the computer network administrator, then it has no use, because you don't know how to share the file. If you block the file of sharing, if you don't know how to share the hardware resources, if the management of the computer network is very poor, then the computer network doesn't have any use. And next one, that is it needs additional cost to set up and run. As you know, for the computer network we need a powerful computer that is called server, and we need some kind of additional devices, hardware like network interface card, we can use the cables, and we can use the network operating system. So it needs some special devices and softwares, and it enhance or increase the cost to set up and run. The next disadvantage is that if you have a computer network, you have to maintain, or you have to do the maintenance part of the computer network time to time. If there is any problem in the router or in the cable, you have to check, otherwise your data network is not going to be connected. The next one, that is the major drawback, is that the problem of the virus. So near about 98 to 99% computers are going to be damaged with the virus, but the virus can attack in your computer only when you are connected with the computer network. If you are not using computer network, then there are less chances that your computer is get infected with the computer virus. Although we can say that if you are using pen drive, infected pen drives, if you have a pen drive where you want to copy the files of that pen drive, and that pen drive have some kind of virus, then also your computer get infected with the virus. But that is very rare. If you don't want to use pen drive, your computer will never be affected with the virus. But if you are connected with the computer network like internet, then there is a chance of 98 to 99% that your computer is infected with the virus, because when you download something, when you do copy paste or download the files from the internet, automatically the virus will attack in your computer. So the major problem of the computer network, or the major disadvantage or drawback of the computer network, is that your computer may be affected with the computer virus. And now today we are going to discuss about the network components. So first of all, the definition part. What is the network components? The main components requires for the successful operation of a computer network can be divided into two parts. It means that the components which are used to create a computer network are called computer network components. Very simple definition. The components which are required to establish a computer network are called network components. And there are two types of network components. The first one, that is called hardware components, and the second one, that is called software components. As you know that how many types of parts of the computer have, you can say that there are two parts, that is hardware and software, in simple way. So in the same way, when you want to establish a computer network, you need hardware components as well as you need software components. Are you getting, please, dear students? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
It means that internet is working okay? Somehow I feel that there is a disturbance, so that's why I ask with you. Anyway, okay, are you getting the screen over your monitor desktop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we will move to the hardware components. So let's explain. So first of all, hardware components. Hardware components means the physical components or the devices, or you can say the physical devices which are used to establish a computer network. So the devices, here the definition is this: the devices used to establish a computer network are called hardware components for a computer network. It means that when you are going to establish a computer network, you need some kind of additional hardware devices. These hardware devices are called hardware components. For example, you can see that we need a computer system. Computer system means CPU, monitor, keyboard, mouse, and that is the first hardware component. It means that for establishing a computer network, you need a computer system. Second hardware device or hardware component is called network connectors. So you can see I have already mentioned here network connectors. So network connectors are some kind of special devices by which you can connect the network cables with your CPU. So we will discuss in the next slide. Next thing, you need the network cables. So as you know that in our computer lab also you can see a kind of cable, and by that cable all the computers are connected with each other. So network cables are the physical wires. They are the physical wires by which two or more than two computers are connected and they are able to share the resources. Next thing we need as a hardware component, that is network interface card. The fourth one is network interface card. In short, we can say it as NIC. That is not a bank name, that is network interface card. So a simple network can be connected with these hardware devices or with these hardware components. The first one, computer system. The second one, computer network connectors. The third one, that is network cables. The fourth one is network interface card. So these are the primary things, basic things. As I already told you, you are learning first time this chapter, so that's why very less information I have collected over here. Although there are, you can say the routers are there because you are familiar with the router. You can say modem should be there. Yes, modem is there. You can say hub is also there for the computer network. Yes, that is correct. But we are not going to discuss all the additional devices. Just we have to create a simple network. For creating a simple network, we have to use computer system, network connectors, network cables, and network interface card. Okay, so we will discuss hub, switches, gateways, these things in the senior classes, not right now. So according to your standard, according to your class, you just write down network can be established with these following or with these hardware components. And number one, system, computer. Number two, network connectors. 3, cables. 4 is NIC. So let's discuss the definition of all these components one by one. First component, that is computer system. Here the computer system means a computer which has RAM, motherboard, hard disk, or a PC, you can say personal computer, or a laptop, you can say, or a huge computer means the computer which has a huge storage capacity and the processing speed. So computer system means a computer or computers to establish a computer network. In computer network, two types of computer systems are needed. One is called server and another is called client. So here the important thing about the computer system is that we need basically two types of computers over here to establish a computer network. The first computer or the main computer is called server. You have heard so many times this word server. Sometimes you are using internet and your website is not going to open, then there is a message server is down or server is crashed, server is not working. So yes, server is the main computer of a computer network, which is used to control all the other computers which are connected with the computer network. So server is a powerful computer. which has high processing speed, which has high storage capacity, and which is used to control all the other computers. And what is the name of other computers which are connected with the computer network? They are called clients. It's very simple. In a computer network, one powerful computer is called server, and the others computers which are very less powerful and they are connected with the server, they are called client. So in the diagram you can see that there is one server which has a powerful hard disk storage capacity, and I can't see the monitor over here, but there is a monitor also, or there is a, you can say, a complete computer system is there which has the high processing speed, that is the server. And there are, you can say, other computers, that is a client. There are 2 laptops and 1 desktop and 1 tab. So tab, desktop computer or laptop which has the less processing speed, they are the client. So all the 4 clients are connected with that particular server. Suppose this laptop, this client want the information, so server will provide that information to that client. Suppose this server want the information of that particular client, so the server can get the information from that particular client. So you can see the arrow, which is two-headed arrow. Two-headed means both can exchange the information. Here both can exchange the information. Here both can exchange the information, and as well as these 2 computers are also can exchange the information. So actually the exchange of the information happens with the server and client, among the server and the client. Server is only one, but the clients are many. So here once again the definition of the server is there. The powerful computer which is used to share the resources is called server, and the other computers which are using the resources from the server are called client. Okay, so I would like to give you one example of client server. Suppose you are having your class right now. So right now we are having our computer science of class 7. So in this class there are 36 students or 36 people in this group, and only I am going to share the information. मैले तिमीलाई information दिइरहेको छु, म सर्भर भए है, अनि 36 people चाहिँ information listen गरिरहेछन्. They are listening, they are getting, so they are the client. But individually each student can ask the question and then can get the reply one by one also. Okay, so in this case I'm the server and you all are the clients. So computer network also works in the same way. There is a powerful computer which contains all the information. So it must have a very high storage capacity, and it must have a very high processing speed with the highly processor. So that's why server is the most powerful computer and clients are very less powerful computers. So all the clients are depend upon the server. So just wait for a while. And there is, I don't know. Ask with mommy. And don't disturb me, okay? Okay, so that's the way how the computer network works over here. Now the next is the definition of the client over here. A client is less powerful computer in the computer network. To establish a computer network, we need a server and clients as a computer system. So if you are talking about the computer system, what do you mean by computer system in a computer network? That is a hardware component. Computer system in a computer network is a computer, and it has 2 types, server and clients. Server is the most powerful computer which has the high processing speed and high storage capacity, which is used to control all the clients and which is used to provide the information to the client. The client is less powerful computer in the computer network connected with the server, and it is used to get the information, or it receives the information resources from the server, and the information is shared in the computer network among the clients and the server. So that is a simple definition of client and server in a computer network. So now next hardware component, and as I told you that the next hardware component is network connector or connectors. As the name mentioned, connectors means it is used to connect something. So the network connectors are the devices. As you can see, I have chosen few connectors pictures over here. The network connectors are the devices used to connect network cables with the computer or other networking devices. Suppose you have a computer, okay, you want to connect that computer with the server or with the other computer. So I'm not talking about the Wi-Fi connections. Wi-Fi connections is very advanced. For the Wi-Fi connection, we no need of cables and no need of connectors, okay. But I'm talking a connection which is established with the network cable or a connection which is established with the cable. So in that case, we need a network connector. So network connector is used to connect network cables with the computers or other networking devices. So suppose you want to connect a computer with the server, you need a network cable, and the end of the network cable को जुन टुप्पो हुन्छ नि, लास्ट को जुन एन्ड हुन्छ त्यसमा यो ज्याक पनि हामीले भन्छौँ, वी क्यान से एज इट इज ज्याक. यो ज्याक चाहिँ नेटवर्क केबलको लास्टमा चाहिँ हामीले पिनअप गर्नुपर्छ, सेट गर्नुपर्छ. अनि यो सेट गरेपछि नेटवर्क केबलको लास्टमा यो ज्याक फिट गरेपछि त्यसलाई हामीले आफ्नो सीपीयू सित कनेक्ट गर्छौँ. अनि सीपीयू सित कनेक्ट भएपछि हाम्रो सीपीयूबाट त्यो नेटवर्क केबलमा चाहिँ सिग्नल्सहरु, डाटाहरु फ्लो हुन्छ. So network connectors are the devices which is used to connect the network cables with the computer or network connecting devices. The network cables are depend upon the type of the cable. अब यहाँ हामीले धेरै डेप्थमा जानु पर्दैन. यहाँ you can see that this is the different kind of network connector. This is the different kind of network connectors. So this network connector can connect a special kind of cable, and this network connector can connect a different kind of cable. So network connector is depend upon the type of the cable. अब मैले एउटा स्पेशल टाइपको केबललाई मात्रै यो कनेक्टरमा कनेक्ट गर्न सक्छु, तर त्यो केबललाई मैले यो कनेक्टरमा कनेक्ट गर्न मिलेन. यसको लागि फेरि अर्कै केबल हुन्छ, अर्कै केबलको लागि यो कनेक्टर युज हुन्छ. For example, coaxial cable we can use RJ45. So this is RJ45 connector, and RJ45 it is a name of the connector RJ45, and this connector is used to connect the coaxial cable. अब यो coaxial cable के हो यो हामी केबलमा डिस्कस गरौँला. Next topic is network cables, but very simple definition of the network connectors is that the network connectors are the devices which are used to connect the network cables with the computer or other networking devices. For example, RJ45 connector. Okay, so let's move to the next one, that is network cables. अब यहाँ तिमीले हेर्न सक्छौ है यो डायग्रामबाट, यो हामीसित एउटा केबल छ, अनि यो केबलको यो जुन यो तिमीले यो पार्ट हेरिरहेछौ नि, यो सेतो कलरको हैन, यो नेटवर्क कनेक्टर हो. अब यो केबलमा यो नेटवर्क कनेक्टर फिट भएपछि बल्ल यो केबल हाम्रो सीपीयू मा इन्सर्ट हुन्छ. हुँदैन किन सीपीयू मा एउटा पोर्ट हुन्छ, त्यो पोर्ट हामी पछि डिस्कस गरौँला. सो दिस इज द केबल, यू क्यान सी दिस इज द केबल, this is the cable, and this is the connector. So network cable भनेको के हो? What do you mean by network cable? Network cable is the medium through which information usually moves from one network device to another. अब एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा तिमीले सिग्नल्स अथवा इन्फर्मेसन पठाउने हो भने, as I already told you, I'm not talking about wireless. I'm not talking wireless, I'm talking wired connection. एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा तिमीले नेटवर्क एस्टाब्लिश गर्ने हो भने त्यो दुईटा कम्प्युटरलाई एउटा केबलबाट जोड्नु पर्छ है. त्यो केबलको काम हुन्छ एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा सिग्नल्सहरूलाई ट्रान्समिट गर्ने ट्रान्सफर गर्ने अब त्यही काम हाम्रो नेटवर्क केबलले गर्छ सो इट्स भेरी सिम्पल नेटवर्क केबल इज अ medium or is a device by which the information or signals usually moves from one network device means computer from one computer to another or you can say network cables is the medium is a device is a wired connection by which the information moves from one computer to another or one networking device to another. In other words, in a computer network, network cables are the medium through which the signals or data transfer from one computer to another. That's very easy. And these network cables are connected with another computer if there is a network connector. These network cables can connect with another computer only with the help of network connectors. If there is no network connectors, then we cannot connect this cable with the other computer. So network cable is used to transfer the signals or data from one computer to another with the help of network connectors. And with the help of network connectors, we can connect one computer to another one. So for example of the network cables are twisted pair cables. These are the names as I already told you. Network connectors are depend upon the type of the network cables. And network cables are basically of three types. First one is twisted pair cables, TPC, twisted pair cables. Second one is coaxial cables. And third one is fiber optics cables. So you are quite familiar with the fiber optics cables because nowadays when you're getting internet, if you're getting internet in your home, that is broadband connection, maximum internet you will get from your ISP with the fiber optics cable. Fiber optics cables are different, coaxial cables are different, twisted pair cables are different. So these are three different cables, but these are the examples of the cables. So in the next classes we will discuss about the twisted pair cables, coaxial cables and fiber optics cables. The only difference is that among these cables is that fiber optics cables is the fastest means of communication. Fiber optics cables ma sabbanda badi data transfer huncha, fast छिटो धेरै data छिटो transfer huncha fiber optics ma. अनि त्यसको रिजन के हो किनकि फाइबर ऑप्टिक्स मा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ लाइट को फर्म में डाटा ट्रान्सफर गर्छौं and light can travel the fastest means of communication. So fiber optics is the fastest data transmitting cable. In the fiber optics we can transfer the data very fast as compared to the twisted pair and coaxial cable. Okay, so I'm not going to explain much more information, just listen here from this definition, the question, that is what do you mean network cables, what is the use of network cables, and give any 2 or 3 examples. So the all answers are here. Go to the next hardware component, and the next hardware component is network interface card. Network interface card, in short we can see NIC. We can say it as NIC, network interface card. So what is network interface card? It is a circuit board or a card designed to allow computers to communicate over a computer network. अब यहाँ एकदम complicated हामीले बनाउने हो.
That network interface card is not showing slide. The slide of network interface card.
Pardon, please. Can you say again?
So now it is showing. I was saying that the network interface card was not showing, but now it is showing.
It is showing. Okay. It will take little bit time. No problem. Okay. So network interface card. It is also a kind of hardware component to establish the computer network. Okay. So it is a circuit board or it is a card designed to allow computers to communicate over a computer network. अब के हुन्छ हेर, हामीसित केबल पनि छ, हामीसित दुईटा कम्प्युटर पनि छ, हामीसित नेटवर्क कनेक्टर पनि छ, तर कुनै पनि कम्प्युटरमा जबसम्म हामीले यो कार्ड नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड हामीले इन्सर्ट गर्दैनौं हाम्रो कम्प्युटरको सीपीयू भित्र, आजभोलिको सीपीयू मा त यो नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड इनबिल्ट आउँछ मदरबोर्डमा, तर पहिला पहिला त्यस्तो थिएन। In the past, network interface card we have to add separately, and it looks like this. Whatever the picture shows, it looks like a additional card, additional circuit board, which you have to insert in your CPU. CPU मा एउटा पोर्ट हुन्छ जुन पोर्टमा हामीले यसलाई एड गर्न पाउँछौँ। अनि त्यो यसमा एउटा तिमीले यहाँ इथरनेट पोर्ट हेरेको छौ है, यु क्यान सी दिस पोर्ट, यो इथरनेट पोर्ट लेखेको छ है। This Ethernet port is the place where you have to insert the network cable. Suppose in one computer I want to connect that cable, so that computer must have the Ethernet card or NIC card or network interface card, and in that network interface card, that part you can see, in that part the network cable is going to insert. यो पार्टमा नेटवर्क केबल इन्सर्ट गरेपछि बल्ल यो कम्प्युटरको सिपियुले जुन कम्प्युटरमा यो नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड छ सिग्नललाई ट्रान्सफर गर्न सक्छ। यहाँ हामीले चाहिँ त्यो नेटवर्क केबललाई इन्सर्ट गर्ने हो। अब हाम्रो सिस्टममा नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड छैन, सिस्टम भनेको हाम्रो कम्प्युटरमा नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड छैन भने त नेटवर्क केबललाई हामीले कहाँ कनेक्ट गर्ने? मिल्दैन। तिमीले फोनमा हेर्छौ होला, ल्यान्डलाइन फोनलाई एकचोटि रिकल गर, हामीसित ल्यान्डलाइन फोन हुन्छ नि, मोबाइलमा त वायरलेस भयो। ल्यान्डलाइन फोनमा हामीसित पछाडि हामीले चाहिँ एउटा टेलिफोनको वायर चाहिँ हामीले आफ्नो फोनसित कनेक्ट गर्छौँ। अब टेलिफोनको वायर त सिम्पल हुन्छ, द्याट इज अ केबल, तर टेलिफोनको वायरमा एउटा सानो ज्याक हामीले युज गर्छौँ, एन्ड द्याट ज्याक इज कल्ड नेटवर्क कनेक्टर। तर टेलिफोनको ब्याक साइडमा एउटा स्पेसल डिजाइनको त्यही सेपको जस्तो हाम्रो ज्याक हुन्छ, जस्तो हाम्रो नेटवर्क कनेक्टर हुन्छ, नेटवर्क कनेक्टरलाई फिक्स हुने खाले हामीसित टेलिफोनको ब्याक साइडमा एउटा पोर्ट हुन्छ, अनि त्यही पोर्टमा मात्रै हामीले चाहिँ त्यो टेलिफोनको तारलाई हामीले फिक्स गर्न सक्छौँ। हो, ठ्याक्क त्यस्तै हाम्रो कम्प्युटरमा हुन्छ। हाम्रो कम्प्युटरमा के हुन्छ? हाम्रो सिपियुभित्र नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड हुन्छ, अनि त्यो नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्डको पछाडि जुन पोर्ट हुन्छ त्यसलाई इथरनेट पोर्ट। त्यो इथरनेट पोर्टमा हामीले नेटवर्क केबललाई इन्सर्ट गर्छौँ, तर नेटवर्क केबलमा ज्याक भएन भने, त्यो नेटवर्क कनेक्टर भएन भने हामीले इन्स्टल गर्न मिलेन। सो इट्स भेरी इजी। वी नीड अ computer system as a hardware component. We need the network connectors as a hardware components. We need the network cables as a hardware component. We need the network interface card as a hardware components. अब हामीसित नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड पहिलाको कम्प्युटरमा, आजभन्दा 10 वर्ष अगाडिको कम्प्युटरमा यो छुट्टै हामीले किन्थ्यौँ है। अहिले पनि पुरानो कम्प्युटरहरूमा, जुन पुरानो एकदम आजभोलि चाहिँ कुनै अब भनौँ ब्याङ्कमा अथवा कुनै चाहिँ सरकारी स्कुलमा युज हुने कम्प्युटरहरूमा हामीले चाहिँ नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड युज गर्छौँ। इभन हाम्रो कम्प्युटर ल्याबको पनि लगभग 15-20 कम्प्युटरमा नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड छ, जुन कम्प्युटर पुरानो छ। तर नयाँ जुन कम्प्युटर छ हामीसित, इन द न्यू कम्प्युटर, द्याट नेटवर्क इन्टरफेस कार्ड इज नट अ सेपरेट डिभाइस, इट इज इनबिल्ट इन द मदरबोर्ड। मदरबोर्डमा यो आजभोलि इनबिल्ट आउँछ। हामीले यस्तो लामो खाले डिभाइस त्यसमा हुँदैन, चिपको फर्ममा हुन्छ नयाँ कम्प्युटरमा, नयाँ सिपियुमा, अनि त्यसको पछाडि ठ्याक्क इथरनेट पोर्ट हुन्छ, अनि त्यहाँ हामीले कनेक्ट गर्न सक्छौँ है। हाम्रो ल्यापटपमा पनि हुन्छ, तिमी ल्यापटपमा छौ भने पछाडितिर चेक गर्दा हुन्छ एउटा इथरनेट कार्ड अथवा एनआइसी कार्ड जस्तो केही लोगो होला, अनि त्यहाँ चाहिँ तिमीले नेटवर्क केबललाई कनेक्ट गर्न सक्छौ। सो द मेन अब्जेक्टिभ अफ दिस डिभाइस इज टु मेक अ कम्युनिकेसन इन द कम्प्युटर नेटवर्क। यो मेन डिभाइस, यसले डाटा चाहिँ कम्प्युटरभित्रबाट झिकेर केबललाई दिने हो कि, किनकि यो सिपियुसित कनेक्ट हुन्छ। दिस वान इज कनेक्टेड विथ द सिपियु। अब सिपियुको डाटा त हामीसित बाइनरी फर्ममा हुन्छ, अब यो केबलमा चाहिँ एनालग फर्ममा ट्रान्सफर हुन्छ, अनि यो कन्भर्ट गरिदिन्छ यसले डाटालाई त्यो फर्ममा जुन फर्ममा केबलले चाहिँ लिन मिल्छ। इट कन्भर्ट द डाटा इन्टु द्याट फर्म बाई विच द केबल क्यान टेक इजिली एन्ड ट्रान्समिट टु द अदर कम्प्युटर। So it allows user to connect to each other either by using cables or wirelessly. अब यो चाहिँ वायरलेस पनि हुन्छ हामीसित केबल युज गर्छौ भने केबलको लागि पनि हुन्छ अनि वायरलेसको लागि पनि दुईटाको लागि हुन्छ. So NIC is the main device or network interface card is a main device which is attached with the CPU and which is responsible for the communication over a computer network. And the main purpose, main purpose of NIC, it makes the physical connection between the computers. Wired use गर्ने हो भने it makes the physical connection between the computers. Without it, we cannot connect the cable and we cannot make the physical connection between the computers. It converts the signals, as I already told you. Inside the CPU, inside the computer, the data is present in the binary form and it transmits the signals, convert the signals in that particular form so that the cable can transmit that signal. Next, it boosts or amplifies the signal's strength. अब यसको काम एउटा एडिसनली यसको काम चाहिँ सिग्नल्सलाई एम्प्लिफाई हामीले भन्छौँ नि बुस्टर भन्छौँ एम्प्लिफायर भन्छौँ नि यसले चाहिँ सिग्नल्सको इन्टेन्सिटीलाई सिग्नल्सको स्ट्रेन्थलाई चाहिँ बुस्ट पनि गर्दो रहेछ एम्प्लिफाई पनि गर्दो रहेछ अनि सिग्नल्सको इन्टेन्सिटीलाई एम्प्लिफाई गरेर यसले वायरमा पठाउँदो रहेछ. सो द मेन पर्पज अफ दिस NIC कार्ड इज to make a communication over a computer network and it create a physical connection, it convert the signals and it amplify the signals. That much only by NIC or network interface card. One another name of the NIC is Ethernet card, ETHERNET, Ethernet card. Sometimes we can say Ethernet card. Okay, so now move to the next slide, and in the next slide that is software components. Software components भनेको के हो? As I already told you, software components and hardware components are necessary to establish a computer network, and in the hardware components the physical devices lies, or physical devices means the hardware components. But if you are using a particular kind of software to run the computer network, that is the software component. So software components of a computer network are some programs or some softwares that are required to run a computer network. Computer network त भयो एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा तिमीले फिजिकल कनेक्सन गर्यो, केबल छ, कनेक्टर छ, NIC छ. तर डाटा पठाएर त्यसलाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने, डाटालाई ट्रान्समिट गराउने, एउटा सिस्टमबाट अर्को सिस्टममा डाटालाई कन्ट्रोल गर्ने काम जुन हुन्छ त्यो सफ्टवेयरको हुन्छ. So software component of a computer network are some special programs or programs that are required to run a computer network. अब एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा डाटा गयो भने ओके इट इज ओके योर डाटा इज सेन्ड त्यस्तो त्यस्तो मेसेज आउँछ नि, or data cable is unplugged or data cable is not working. So how these kind of messages, or how you can confirm the data is sent or data is received, how the data transmitted from one computer to second computer and controlled, that thing, all things that can be managed with the software. So these softwares are the main programs, or you can say the softwares of computer network are the main programs by which the data is transferred, control and manage in a computer network. अब तिमीले अब के हुन्छ एकछिनपछि बत्ती गयो भने मैले तिमीसित कुरा गर्न मिल्दैन, मसित राउटर पनि छ, सबै कुरा छ, मेरो राउटरमा प्रब्लम आयो भने इन्टरनेट आएन भने तिमीले मेरो कुरा सुन्न सक्दैनौ, तिमीले मेरो प्रेजेन्टेसन हेर्न सक्दैनौ, because the connection is not done and the software let you know that you are disconnected. The software let you know that you are connected. The software let you that the program file is sharing, or you are watching the presentation of the host. So all these after connecting a computer network, data is transferred, controlled and managed by a particular software. Data लाई control गर्ने, transfer data लाई manage गर्ने, transfer data लाई use गर्ने, reuse गर्ने, पठाउने, त्यस्तो त्यस्तो कामहरू हाम्रो सफ्टवेयरले गर्छ. अनि यो सफ्टवेयर एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट हो. विदाउट दिस सफ्टवेयर your computer network is not done and your computer network is not able to share the data and information. If you have the all computer hardwares or network components but you are not having the software part for the computer network, then you are not able to share the resources. So there are two types of softwares used in the computer network. Computer network ma दुई type को computer software use हुन्छ. First one is NOS, network operating system, and the second one is network protocols. I would like to give you a very simple idea that if you have a computer at your home but you are not having your Windows operating system or your operating system is not installed in your laptop or desktop, but you have a new branded computer having no operating system, so you are not able to work. Whether it is a new computer or old computer, doesn't matter. If you are not having operating system in your computer, you are not able to work with the computer. Or in the mobile phone, if you are not having the Android, or those who are using the iPhone, if you are not having iOS, then you are not able to work. Even though you are having your Android phone, you are having your iPhone, but inside that, if you are not having operating system, you are not able to work with these devices. So in the same way, if you have the computer system, if you have the network connectors, network cables, NIC, and you are not having your software, that is NOS, network operating system, you are not able to share the files, you are not able to receive the messages from one computer to another. So network operating system is the vital or most important program or one of the most important software for establishing a computer network. And the second one, that is network protocols. So two softwares are used for computer network. They are network operating system and network protocols. So from this slide, there is a question, that is, what do you mean by software components of a computer network? What is the main function of software components of a computer network? And how many types of software components are there to establish a computer network? Okay, so three answers are there, you can get it. Now the next one, that is network operating system. As I already told you, there are two types of software components. One is NOS, second one is protocol. So first is network operating system. So यो network operating system हाम्रो चाहिँ हार्डवेयर अथवा डिभाइसेस होइन, यो प्रोग्राम हो, सफ्टवेयर हो. ओके, यो तिमीले चाहिँ सर्भरमा इन्स्टल गर्नुपर्छ. कहाँ इन्स्टल गर्नुपर्छ? सर्भरमा. As we know, to run a computer we need an operating system software. Yes, computer run गर्नको लागि operating system software चाहियो. In the same way, to run a computer network we need a special operating system, and that is called NOS. So computer network, to establish a computer network we need network operating system. So what does it do? So network operating system control, manage and performs administrative functions in a computer network. Not only it can establish the network between the computers, it is used to control, manage and perform administrative functions in a computer network. It must be installed. Where to install the NOS? It must be installed in a main computer, or you can say server of the network. It controls the clients and provide the resources sharing facility to the all computers of the network. So the main important role of NOS is to manage, control and perform administrative functions in a computer network, and network operating system you have to install in the server. It is used to manage the clients also. So for example, so can you give me one example? I have already mentioned over here. Microsoft Windows Server is a network operating system and Windows NT is a network operating system. So I have mentioned two network operating system, Microsoft Windows Server and Windows NT. And Microsoft Windows Server are also present in many versions, Server 13, Server 15. So these are the latest, Server 10, So version is depend upon the years in which they come into the market. So the name of the NOS is Microsoft Windows Server and Windows NT. So two operating systems are as network operating system, and they are the compulsory to establish a computer network, and these operating systems are installed in the main computer, or you can say in the server. The next one, that is network protocol. So in simple language, what is protocol? In simple language, protocol means a set of rules. If you are going to your school, there are some rules. If you are going to a particular office, there are also some rules. In government, there are some rules. So protocol, in a simple language, we can say protocol means set of rules. Network protocol means a set of rules for transmitting data between computers in a computer network. अब जब हामीले एउटा कम्प्युटरबाट अर्को कम्प्युटरमा डाटा ट्रान्सफर गर्छौं, पठाउँछौं या रिसिभ गर्छौं, त्यसको ब्याकग्राउन्डमा पनि हामीले चाहिँ केही रुल्स फलो गर्नुपर्छ। अब जस्तो एउटा इमेल चाहिँ अर्को इमेल मैले पठाएँ, मैले यहाँबाट इमेल पठाएँ अर्को साथीलाई, रुल के छ कि इमेल एड्रेस करेक्ट हुनुपर्छ है, इमेल एड्रेसमा @ हुनुपर्छ है, अनि सेन्डरको चाहिँ इमेल एड्रेस करेक्ट हुनु पर्यो, रिसिभरको करेक्ट हुनु पर्यो, त्यसले HTTP प्रोटोकल or FTP प्रोटोकल युज गर्नुपर्छ, फाइल ट्रान्सफर प्रोटोकल युज गर्नुपर्छ। So when you are going to transmit the data in a computer network, you have to follow certain rules, and these rules are called network protocols. Or network protocols are the rules for transmitting the data between the computers in a computer network. It's very simple. When you transmit the data from one computer to another computer in a computer network, then you have to follow certain rules, and these rules are called network protocol. The data communication is depend on these protocols, and they are the actually programs. So your rules baneko हामीसित background मा चाहिँ these are the programs, and they are going to control the transmission of the data in a computer network. Each protocol perform a specific role or rule in the computer network. For example, यहाँ धेरै protocol मैले यहाँ diagram मा दिखाउँछु. SSL is there, FTP is there, TCP is there, POP is there, HTTP is there, SMTP is there. So these are the protocols. All the protocols you can see here, FTP, TCP, POP. So these are the rules for transmitting the data from one computer to another computer in a computer network. So what is the full form of TCP? Transmission Control Protocol. And what is the full form of IP? Internet Protocol. What is the full form of HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Okay, so only this much today. I hope that you have learned few new technical terms, definitions in this chapter. And for you, there are some questions. So please note down this question. Please use the, you can say that, screenshot. Please use screenshot, or you can click on your mobile. These questions are for you to solve. What is a computer network? All the questions which are based on the this chapter, computer network. So please, you have to do these questions, and you have to send me. Okay, you are connected with the, I think, Swatantra Khanal sir's classroom. Did you?
Yes, sir.
So you can send the answers of these questions over there, because I am also as a co-teacher over there. I can also access.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
please.
in that, sir, that in Swatantra sir's class.
Yes, that is Swatantra sir class. Okay. And you, when you submit over there, I will get it, because I am the co-teacher over there.